Hi, guys, welcome. So, this will be a love reading for you. I'm going to be using tarot to look at what's really happening in your connection. I'm going to be looking at the real behaviors, the real feelings, the real patterns, and then I will use these oracle cards here to go deeper into the emotional meaning and what you need to hear. So, let's start with tarot and let's ask what is the real situation between you and this person right now? So let's start with that. Let's see, what is the real situation between you and the person on your mind right now? We have that card. We have the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, and we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So it looks like your connection is going through a big change right now. Whether you want it or not, we have the Death card. And that is showing that something is ending or already has ended in the way it used to be. So this doesn't always mean a breakup, but it does mean that the old version of this connection is gone. And you cannot go back to how it was before, even if you want to. So things have changed, things have shifted. So when something changes like this, people either grow with it or they get stuck trying to pretend nothing happened. And then we have the Queen of Wands. And I feel like this is showing you. I see you standing in your power more right now. You're more aware of your worth. You maybe are not feeling as small as you used to feel in this situation. I feel like you're more confident, more self aware, and more ready to be chosen here. Not chased, not confused, but just chosen. And then we have the Ace of Wands. And this is showing that there's still attraction and this curious energy here. Like Ace of Wands is all about that spark. So this might look like random thoughts about your person, moments where you miss them, or having hope that something could restart. So I feel like this is where people get stuck because this spark from Ace of Wands could feel like love, but it's not always stability. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse, which tells me that someone here is tired of waiting. Someone doesn't want to sit in this limbo kind of energy anymore. Someone wants movement, answers, and I feel like someone wants clarity. And I feel like it's you. So I feel like you don't want to be stuck anymore. You don't want to guess anymore or be patient forever. I feel like you want to know where you stand. So the real situation is that this connection has changed. You are growing. There is still attraction, but the waiting and uncertainty are kind of wearing you down. So this is no longer a maybe kind of phase for you. I feel like this is a turning point. So let's take a look. How do they really feel about you right now? How does this person on your mind really feels about you right now? We have the Chariot, Two of Swords. We have the Sun in reverse, and we have Two of Wands. So it looks like that this person is actually feeling pulled in two directions when it comes to you. The Chariot is showing me that you still move this person in an emotional way. You still affect them. You're not neutral to them. You're not just someone from the past. I feel like you stirred things up inside of them. So they do feel tension about you. But then we have the Two of Swords, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated. They're blocking their own feelings here. They don't want to look too closely at what they feel. They're avoiding making a clear choice about you. So I feel like this person would rather stay undecided than face what their feelings might mean. This is the energy that I'm getting. So people often avoid decisions not because they don't care, but because they care and they don't know what to do. So that could be the case. And then we have the Sun in reversed, and this is showing me disappointment. So something didn't turn out the way this person hoped. This person is not as happy or clear about this as they pretend. I feel like sadness here. Maybe nothing dramatic, but it feels like sadness a little bit. And then we have the Two of Wands, and this is showing me that they are thinking about the what ifs. Like, what if things were different? What if timing was better? What if they had done something else? That type of thing. So they're not fully in the past, but they're not fully in the future either. I feel like they stuck somewhere in between. So I do feel that you still affect them. They're kind of emotionally confused here. They feel disappointment about how things turned out. And I feel like they don't know what to do next here. So they do feel something, but I feel like this person does not have clarity. So I feel like they're thinking about you, but they're not doing anything. And if they do miss you, they're not saying it. So I feel like they do feel a little bit unsettled here instead of being peaceful. So I feel like this is an energy of something being on pause here, but it's not a closure. So let's see, what are they hiding from you emotionally? What are they hiding from you? We have the World card, Two of Cups in reverse, Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Cups. So here I feel like this person is hiding that they know that something between the two of you changed, but they don't know how to fix it. The world here is showing that deep down they understand that a chapter has closed. They know things are not the same anymore. They know you're not where you used to be emotionally. So something has shifted and they know this. So, people don't like to admit endings when they still want the comfort of what it used to be. But we do have Two of Cups in reverse. And this is showing emotional misalignment. This means they know you and them are not in the same place emotionally anymore. Something is off. One of you wants more clarity or more connection or more honesty, and the other doesn't know how to give that. So I feel like they're hiding that they are feeling this mismatch or this gap between the two of you. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like this is showing how they're dealing with it. So they move very slowly. I feel like they're avoiding big conversations or emotional decisions. So they just kind of drag this out. Slow, it doesn't mean stable always. Sometimes slow is just avoidance in disguise. Because we have the Eight of Cups. So part of them has already walked away, but I don't think they said this to you. I feel like this person doesn't want to hurt you. They do not want confrontation. I feel like they don't want to be the bad one. So instead of being clear, they kind of distance themselves quietly. So they could have been polite but very distant to you, being calm but not very deep. they would not start any serious talks. They would be avoiding emotional topics, and they would be acting like everything is fine. So here, I feel like they're hiding the fact that they know that this connection is not balanced anymore, that they feel this emotional distance, and then they're slowly pulling away. But I feel like they don't know how to say this. And that's kind of painful because silence can hurt more than truth. So let's see, what is really stopping this person to be fully honest with you? What is stopping this person to be fully honest with you? We have Queen of Cups, Three of Swords, Justice, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Queen of Cups actually is showing that this person is not clueless. They are emotionally aware. They do feel things. They do understand feelings, and they know that if they were honest, it would hurt you. So I feel like instead of being clear, they kind of avoid things, or they keep things very vague. Because some people think they're being kind by not telling the truth, but again, silence can hurt more than honesty. We have Three of Swords. So this person is actually afraid of causing pain. They don't want to be the one who breaks your heart. They don't want to see you upset. They don't want to deal with this guilt. So they avoid the conversations altogether. And then Justice. So they know that this is the right thing to do. They know that, honesty would be fair. They know that clarity would be right. They know that dragging things out is not clean. They know. But knowing and doing are two different things. So this person goes back and forth. Maybe one day they think that they should tell you. Next day they think they should wait. So it's like one moment they care, the next moment they avoid everything. So they are emotionally juggling instead of deciding. With the Two of Pentacles here. So this could look like them saying just enough to keep you close, or not saying enough to be clear, or acting kind but not direct. They could be present but not committed. So I feel like they don't want to hurt you. This is what's stopping them from being honest. They don't want to feel guilty. And I feel like this person does not want to face emotional consequences. They don't want to fully choose here. And I feel like avoiding honesty is still a choice. So I feel we should skip to the oracle cards and see things a little bit deeper. So with the oracle cards, I want to go to see what is the deeper emotional truth of this connection that you need to hear right now. Oh, there was a card here. Okay. Let me see what card it was. Seven of Swords. So yes, this person is not really honest. They're being very strategic with the Seven of Swords. This is also emotional avoidance and not being completely honest. So that really fits in perfectly with these cards. So we are looking at the deeper emotional truth with the oracle cards for this connection that you need to know right now. We have return. We have karma. We have pain. And we have elusive. So we do have the energy of return here. So this person may come back, reach out, or try again in some way. I feel like they may want another chance. They may want to fix things. They may want to clear their conscience, but I feel like this return does not always means resolution. Sometimes people come back because they feel guilty, or they come back because they feel lonely, or they come back because they don't like unfinished stories. So it's not always because they're ready to do things differently. And that leads us to karma. So this connection is karmic. That means that it's about lessons, it's about cause and effect, about what happens when people avoid honesty, about what happens when things are dragged out instead of handled clearly. So this situation is not random. This is really teaching you something about what you will and will not accept. Now we have the pain, and we have cautious. So this tells me that you already been hurt in this connection. This is not you imagining it. You're not being dramatic. I feel like you've learned to be careful with this person because something in you knows that they can hurt you emotionally. Maybe not on purpose, but they can hurt you through being avoidant or giving you mixed signals and not being honest with you. And then we have elusive. We have dishonesty. We have deception again. And I don't want to say that, and this doesn't really mean that this person is evil or cruel, but it does mean they avoid the full truth. And it does mean that they don't always say what they really feel. They don't always show their real intentions. I feel like this person keeps things really unclear, really vague. I feel like this person could just saying enough to you to keep you around and making things sound hopeful without being clear. But I do feel like they avoid direct answers. And that's not love, that's confusion. So the deeper truth of this connection is that this person may come back. They may want another chance. But this situation here with karma is here to teach you about patterns and not their promises. So I feel like you are being asked here to notice if this connection feels safe to you. Does this feel honest, or does this feel calm to you? Because in my opinion, love should not feel like a guessing game. And let's see what's the message for you. What do you need to hear about this connection? What is the message for you here from the spirit? What do you need to hear about this connection? We have conflict, one day. We have stress, and we have twin flames. So what you need to hear here is that with conflict, this connection is not calm, is not easy, and it's not naturally flowing. Because the first two cards say it clearly. You and this person don't move in the same way emotionally. You don't want the same things at the same time. I feel like you don't handle feelings the same way, and you do not communicate the same way. So that creates a lot of conflict, friction, clashing. So this could look like also misunderstandings, talking past each other, feeling close one moment and then distant the next. Just feeling like something is always off. That doesn't mean that there is no feeling here, but it means there is no harmony. And then we have one day, someday energy. And this is all about waiting and hoping imagining a future that never really arrives. Telling yourself that maybe later this will happen, maybe when things change, maybe when they're ready, that kind of thing. But I feel like this is where people get stuck because I don't think love should live in maybe and someday. It should live in the now. We do have stress and tension and the emotional turbulence. So this connection has not been peaceful for you at all. It's been stressful, it's been confusing, it's been draining. It has made you think too much, feel too much, question yourself too much. This is not what safe love feels like. But then we have twin flames, mirroring energy. This doesn't mean meant to be forever. I feel like this means a lesson. I feel like this person is actually mirroring your wounds. This person is reflecting your patterns. They bring up things that need to heal in you. So they trigger you not because they're your destiny, but because they are your teacher. So I feel like this connection has been here to show you where you overgive, where you wait too long, where you hope instead of seeing things clearly, where you accept confusion instead of clarity, things like that. And I don't think that's punishment for you. I feel like that's growth. So I feel like the message here that this connection does have strong feelings, but it also has really weak foundation. Like this connection has a lot of intensity, but there's no stability. And it does have meaning for you because it's teaching you something, but you don't have peace in this connection. So I feel like right now you're learning the difference. But not every deep connection is meant to stay. So some connections that are like this are just meant to wake you up. So if this reading has resonated with you, you take what feels true for your situation and you leave the rest. This is not about blaming anyone. It's about understanding what this connection has been teaching you. Some people come into our lives to stay and others come to show us what we need to change. So I feel like not every strong feeling is meant to turn into a forever story. Sometimes the lesson is just learning what peace feels like and just choose that. So be gentle with yourself. I feel like you're not behind, you're just learning. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading.